Today I'm going to show you how to create a Scrum board that you can use for tracking your personal goals and projects. I'll show you two different ways you could do it. Both of them are very inexpensive, can be done in under $10 in supplies and under 10 minutes of your time. Both of these methods are renter friendly, so no holes to be made, no drilling. You can take it off anytime you want. This is the supplies that you'll need: a masking tape, a measuring tape, a level, and sticky notes, and a marker. This is my office/guest room. As you can see, there is a bed on the left side, and I'm trying to find kind of an equal space in between the bed and the door for the boundaries of my future Scrum board. I'm not measuring anything at this point. What I'm trying to do is to make it more or less symmetrical and center it between the bed and the door. Okay, so the outer boundaries are done, and I just need to connect the two, and this is where I would recommend using a level so that everything is straight, because you'll be looking at this thing every day for months and months on end, so you don't want anything to be crooked. If this doesn't drive you crazy, good for you, you can skip the level part. I want to tell you why I like analog Scrum boards. With an analog Scrum board, there is a physical boundary, and there is, like, you can't squeeze more sticky notes into it. And I absolutely love the simplicity of it. I love the feeling of moving my sticky notes from one column to another. I like that it's always there in my office. There is no way to hide from it. It's staring at me all day long. With the digital tools, you can just not open the app and kind of hide from your projects and from your goals. With the Scrum board, it's not gonna work well because it's there every day. Like, you can't remove it, you can't hide from it. Okay, and then I'm just measuring out the columns at the bottom and the top, and then I'll be just connecting the two dots. Another reason I like an analog Scrum board is because it makes it extremely easy to plan your days when you just have a few sticky notes to work on. When you look at this Scrum board, you only see the important things that you need to accomplish, and there are very few of them. So I'm doing it with 3 columns for now. The most basic one is to do, in progress, and done. I changed it to do, today, and done. And I have a 4th column that I find extremely helpful, which is blocked. You can start with 3 columns and then add a 4th one, or you can start with 4 and then take one off. As you can see, it's just the masking tape. You can change things very, very quickly. Experiment with it, see what works. Here I am creating the 4th column for blocked. So I'm just dividing the middle column into 2. Okay, we are done with creating the columns, and now we just need to name them. I want to put a label on each of the columns, so I'll need 4 labels. So you create a piece of tape that you like in length, and then you use it as a jig, I think that's what it's called in woodworking. So you just measure all the other labels against it. So I put the other 3 labels underneath it, and then I'll be using the top one as the measuring stick. So you'll see how I measured it. using the first one, and then I'll be cutting the ends of the labels. Another thing I didn't like about digital productivity tools is that eventually all of my tasks were jumbled into this one system, and different types of goals were next to each other. And the tasks of daily maintenance, like doing laundry or doing dishes, was next to something really important and valuable and life-changing, like starting a side hustle or working on my master's dissertation. And because they were next to each other, my brain treated them equally. And for my brain, it was equally important to do laundry and to write my dissertation. But in reality, these are things from completely two different planets of importance. Scrum board allows me to move these goals to another planet, physically separate the two. So you'll never see day-to-day activities like doing laundry and cleaning my house on my Scrum board. That means that when I'm working on the things from my Scrum board, I feel good because I know that these things are the important work, the work that will help me move in the direction I want to go. And now we just need to tidy things up, cut some messy corners, make it look nice. Okay, so this is how it looks when it's done. We have the to-do, today, done, and blocked columns. This is how it looks when I put my sprint goals in. This is how it looks close to the end of the sprint. The beauty of this method is that you can have it in different rooms of your home. So at one point I used to have it in the hallway. After having it like that, I think the next time if I decide to have it in the hallway, I'll find a different color for the masking tape because it's just too bright. I don't like it, how it looks. So if you have light walls, just find a more neutral masking tape and it will look nicer. This is the second way you can do your Scrum board. I use the poster paper that you can buy at any dollar store. And by the way, all the supplies that you see on here can be found at the dollar store. That's why I'm saying it's very inexpensive. I chose black because it looks good with the color of my walls. But the nice thing about this approach is that they have a bunch of different colors for the posters, and you can choose the one that will look good in your room. So you put the double-sided tape at the corners and kind of in the middle, all over, so it sticks well to the wall. Then I use the white marker to create these columns and the labels for the columns. This is how it looks at the beginning of the sprint. This is how it looks in the middle of the sprint. So again, the posters stay on the wall, and then every sprint you just change the sticky notes. And the last thing I want to talk about today before I finish this video is the sticky notes. I've done it for a long time now, and I've tried different sticky notes. This is the type I recommend. So the one that has the biggest sticky area. So your regular sticky notes would have maybe like a sticky area on the top third or fourth of the sticky note. With time, they will curl up and fall down. So this is the only ones that will stay in place. I recommend, they're a little bit more expensive, but it's so worth it. So that's how you create a Scrum board. If you want to learn more about Agile, how to use it for your own personal projects and goals, you can check my channel, you can check my blog, monthlymethod.com. There is a ton of information on how you can adapt Agile for any project or goal that you're embarking on. Happy sprinting! See you in the next video.